So I'm going to make some crab curry today. This is the whole crab cluster, and I'm going to cut them in smaller pieces, like separate the legs and the claws from the body so it fits in the container, the pot properly. I also cut the tips of the legs because we don't want to eat that, so just cut this off up till here because it just comes in the way and it can hurt you whilst eating, so better to cut it off. So these are all cut in pieces and they're still partially frozen. I'm going to wash them thoroughly to get anything dirt or anything that's that off it before cooking. So this is my curry leaf tree. It's become pretty big. It was a small plant, but these are the curry leaves that I'm going to use for cooking. Also, the flowers are starting to bloom now, and we'll get even more flavorful curry leaves out of this. So these are the curry leaves that I just cut from my plant. They are called curry patta in Hindi or Urdu. So we're going to take some tomatoes, make sure that they are ripe, and of course I'm taking a sweet onion, and of course coconut milk, or rather I like it a little bit more flavorful. I'm taking coconut cream. So I'm cutting onion thin, very thin slices. Make sure that it is almost translucent where you can see through it. It is so thin. So, and then I will again chop it up because I want this thing to pretty much disintegrate. So I'm frying the onions now, and since the oil is hot, I'm going to put some curry patta or curry leaves in it. These are washed curry leaves, and I'm going to put some dry chilies and get some flavor going here. So I'm putting some cumin seeds and some black mustard seeds. I'm going to put some, this is freshly ground garlic and ginger. And so we're going to add freshly cut tomatoes to it. And stir it in just for a couple of minutes. So we're going to cook this for a little while, maybe just 30 seconds, and then add some dry seasoning to it. And in the meantime, I can take a few sips of my coconut water. So I have put in the fresh spices like cumin, coriander, turmeric powder, chili powder. All these are from Indian store. The cumin and coriander, I ground them fresh. I buy the seeds, then grind them and put them in the bottles individually. So that will cook for a couple of minutes. So here is it cooking, all mixed up. All the spices are in and it's on slow simmer. And although I added a little Thai red curry, this is pretty much an Indian or a Bombay style curry because I'm putting all the Indian spices along with the curry patta, which is the Indian curry leaf. I just added a little Thai red curry paste to give it a little bit more strength in the flavor. But otherwise, basically, this is mostly a family recipe that I'm making, and we call it Bombay style curry, crab curry. So I'm going to let it simmer for a while. I added maybe like a half a cup of water so it doesn't dry out completely. So it's coming along nicely now, getting a little bit of color too, and very soon I'll be adding the coconut milk. Okay, so now I'm going to pour the coconut cream, coconut milk, whatever you want to pour. I'm going to put about, see how thick it is and how sweet it is. And I'm going to then stir it, let it cook a while, and then taste it. So we're now plating the curry. So this is what I refer to as curry. If I take the crabs off, this is the curry that the crabs were cooked in, and it's like a gravy, or a lot of people just call it curry sauce. It does not contain curry powder, but just my own homemade stuff. And of course I did add a little bit of Thai curry paste in it, and just to give it a little more kick to it. But otherwise everything is Indian with this Indian curry leaves, so the flavor is kind of Indian curry style. And the red color you see is of course from the Indian chili powder. So I organize all my spices over here, and that way it's all named and easy to get. Most of it is freshly ground by me. So again, when I make curries, a lot of people might think I use the curry powder that is used by many people from the grocery store. No, I never use that curry powder. To us, curry is just the thin gravy. It's not particularly a curry powder. So this is the final plating of our crab curry, which I call it Bombay style, and it just tastes amazing. And traditionally we used to eat it with yellow rice that has the orange lentil added to it,